Once upon a time, there was a village. People of that village hated each other. There used to be fights among them all the time. If all the people had to take any decision together, then they used to end it by fighting among them. There was neither unity nor love, there was only hatred of Vaz. No one could tolerate anyone else. This fight had spread to other villages also. No one went towards that village in a hurry because the people of that village, this was the nature of everyone, from children to old people, who did not get along with anyone. Gradually, time passed, but there was no improvement in their habits. There lived a woman in the same village. Seeing all this, she always thought that these people were fighting with each other. Why do they keep fighting? Why don't they live with each other in love? If she tried to make someone understand, then people would start abusing her, which would make things worse. At some distance from the same village, a Buddhist monk used to live in an ashram. While living there with his disciples, one day after giving sermon in the morning, the Mahatma tells all his monks to go in different directions and come back after getting wet from there. When preparations are made to go to that village, no one I am not even ready to go towards that village. Seeing this, the Buddhist monk said, "What happened? Why are you not going towards that village?" His disciples say, "O Gurudev, the people of that village behave very rudely. Now they say words and forget about not giving alms, they don't even talk to us properly. When the people of that village have no feelings towards each other, then what feelings will they have towards us?" Hearing this, the Buddhist monk says that we are sannyasis and we should not be influenced by anyone's words. Then the monk thinks for a while and says that he himself will go to that village for alms, and after taking this decision, he takes the child going in that direction to the other side. He gives permission and the Mahatma himself goes towards that village. After reaching that village, he starts begging but does not get any alms from there. After moving a little further, he reaches a woman who is a little kind. Seeing that Buddhist monk begging for alms and then he returns to do the alms, now the Mahatma started going to that village every day to take alms. Every day he used to see the same environment and the same fight. One day after giving sermon to all the disciples, he is going to the village for alms. Then his disciple asks him, "Gurudev, don't the people there abuse you? Do they not fight and quarrel with you?" Then the Mahatma says that I am a sannyasi, I have to go to different places for prayers every day, hence I don't care about anyone. I consider it important to concentrate on my work and that the Mahatma will continue to work for that village. He goes out and starts begging in that village like every day. While begging, he reaches that woman's house. The woman comes out and gives him alms and says, "O Gurudev, can I ask you a question?" Hearing this, he says, "Mahatma, ask me, what do you want to ask?" On this she says, "Have you been coming here for so many days to ask? By now you must be aware of the behavior of this village. What kind of people keep fighting among themselves? I want to ask you that why do these people keep fighting among themselves in vain? Why do they keep hating each other? Can't their hatred be eradicated? Can't these fights and quarrels end? Are you a sannyasi or a Mahatma? Can't you make them understand? Can't you give them knowledge?" Hearing this, the Mahatma says to the woman, "Listen, I have come here to take alms. I have not come here to settle unnecessary disputes of anyone. I have no answer to these twisted questions of yours. Nor do I have any interest in answering it." The Mahatma was shouting these things in a very loud voice. Hearing this, the woman starts looking around her and gets angry at being insulted by the Mahatma, and in that anger the Mahatma, the people of the village standing there were watching all this, and she got even more angry at the Mahatma and started shouting in a loud voice and also said that I have not opened any dharamshala here. Nor have you taken any contract from anyone that you come here daily to beg for alms. You call yourself a Mahatma and you don't even know how to talk to a woman and you keep pretending to be knowledgeable. You don't know anything yourself and keep giving knowledge to others. I will not give alms to a beggar like you. You can go from here." Having said this, the woman became silent and started taking deep breaths. The Mahatma was silently listening to the woman till now, and when the woman became silent, the Mahatma said, "Breathe comfortably, Devi. If you want, drink water, I will wait here." Hearing this humble speech of the Mahatma, the woman started looking at him with surprise. Then the Mahatma said, "I know what you are thinking." Saying this, they start smiling. Seeing him smiling like this, the woman says, "What happened to you?" I could not understand the meaning of this smile. Then the Mahatma says, "What 2 words did I say in a slightly raised voice? You are filled with anger. This anger leads to fights." This is the main reason which creates hatred towards each other within the person. Man has become so lacking in patience that he is not able to listen to anyone carefully, he is not able to understand its true meaning, he only hears that in front of him. The person said this in such a loud voice, without understanding its meaning, without understanding the true meaning of that thing, he started quarreling with her. Saying this, the Mahatma said to the woman that you seem to be an intelligent woman, you are in the village. I found you to be the most intelligent woman, but look, you too got angry because of 2 words. No matter how much understanding we show, our understanding is tested in the field. Like you, the people of this village also start considering themselves intelligent. They start considering themselves knowledgeable, but someone else says some words and talks in a loud voice, and immediately a fight starts. In reality, this is not wisdom, it is blindness, because real knowledge is your patience and your coolness. It is your voice that even if another person is talking to you in a loud voice, you remain calm, you remain humble, you maintain your patience, then you become truly knowledgeable. All the villagers who are listening to the Mahatma. He was very impressed after hearing this from him. Continuing his talk, Mahatma said that today I will tell you a story. This story will open the eyes of your knowledge and will end the darkness of your life, which happened a long time ago. It is said that there used to be a great saint whose name was Sant Vyasji. He used to teach all his mirrors in his ashram daily about new things about knowledge. Gradually with time, when that child's education was completed, when this happens, then the Saint Guru says that now the education of all of you has been completed. You can go to any place and do your meditation and keep one thing in mind. Spread your knowledge to the people. All the disciples one by one should meet the Guru. After taking permission, they go on their way. After a few years, the Guru thinks that a lot of time has passed. Why not meet all those children once again and check how they are able to use my teachings properly? When he meets all his disciples and sees that all those disciples are following the path shown by him and are propagating their knowledge correctly, he becomes very happy and he feels satisfied after meeting all his disciples. After meeting all the mirrors, Guru Vyas goes to meet his last disciple. Other disciples tell about him that, "O Gurudev, he has left his home and has opened an ashram in a forest and is doing very rigorous penance." Hearing this, he becomes a saint. He becomes very happy and he sets out towards the forest to meet his last mirror. While going to that forest, it is evening and then the Guru sees the sound of a beautiful woman's anklet moving towards the disciples' ashram. When the woman reaches inside the ashram, she sees a saint sitting engrossed in meditation. She moves forward and goes near him and starts making the sound of her anklets and bangles. Hearing that sound, the monk looks towards the front. A very beautiful woman stands there. As soon as the monk opens his eyes, she sits in front of him with folded hands and says that I had come here to visit the fair with some of my friends, but due to a sudden storm, I got separated from them, right? I don't know where she went and I am stuck here all alone. Right now the weather is bad and it will get dark in some time. I request you to allow me to stay in your cottage for one night. It will be very kind to you. Hearing this, the sannyasi says, "You idiot, haven't you gone mad? This is neither a school nor a dharamshala, it is just a hut and there is only room for saints and fakirs in it. It is not at all right for you to stay here." The woman says, "Maharaj, it is about to be night now, where will I go alone in this forest? It is just a matter of one night, please allow me, I will return from here as soon as the morning comes. You will not have any problem by staying here." After hearing this, the monk said. Thinking this, he said that it is okay, you bring my garland from inside and give it to me and you go inside the hut and take rest. Today I will stay outside here, but remember that you leave from here as soon as the morning comes. Then tell that woman, "See, don't come out otherwise my sadhana will be broken." That woman agrees and goes inside the hut and closes the door. The saint continues doing sadhana till late night. After that, the monk suddenly starts thinking about that woman. He starts going towards the saint. He goes in the middle of the night and starts knocking on the door of that woman, but seeing that the woman does not open the door, the saint gets angry as to why the woman is not opening the door, and in anger he breaks that door. He enters inside the hut, but there was darkness inside. He could not see anything. That is why the saint goes to get a lamp. As soon as the lamp is on, he looks around in the hut to see that woman. His guru was secretly watching all this and was surprised to see such behavior of his disciple, and suddenly a king with a big beard and mustache was chanting the rosary in that hut. Seeing this, at first one remained sad. There was a king sitting in the place of that beautiful woman, and that king was none other than his guru Vyasji. He took the form of a woman to meet his last disciple and test him. After knowing all this, the sannyasi realizes his mistake and his eyes close with shame. Then Vyas Guru goes to him and says that if you want, you can use your disciple and your knowledge properly, but you have chosen the wrong path for yourself and allowed yourself to grow beyond that, and the result was that you are standing in front of me with your eyes bowed. You have practiced for so many years, and today in a moment you have wasted yourself and washed it away in the water. What was the benefit of practicing for so many years? When a woman interrupted your practice of meditation, perhaps you did not do well by leaving your home and family. You came to the forest from your home and started meditating, but your mind and consciousness are stuck there. That is why it is necessary. You should go back and take care of your home, and when your mind becomes complete and filled with satisfaction, then you go to some forest and meditate. Before that you are torturing yourself. Remember that emotions can be suppressed, they cannot be erased. It can happen when you have completely enjoyed the emotions, when your mind is satisfied with those emotions. When those emotions are leaving you, then at that time they will go away from your mind, but when the time comes, they will emerge again. She will start appearing inside you again, and she will control you again. So do not try to suppress your feelings, live them to your heart's content. When the villagers hear such a simple thing and story, then all those saints will apologize to the saint for their mistake. He asks for forgiveness for this, and the woman also asks for forgiveness from the saint for her anger. After this, the saint never comes to that village again. All the villagers repent for their actions, and everyone starts living together. Friends, whatever the story looks like. Yes, just give the story a like. Until then, keep listening to the next story. It is a story of ancient times. There lived a man named Sabal in a village. He was very disappointed with his life. The reason for his disappointment was that till then he did not do anything. His family members used to taunt him by giving examples of others and used to say that they all became successful and you stayed here. Whenever he went out somewhere, people used to ask him what he was doing. Brother, he felt very ashamed to say that he was not doing anything yet, but was trying to do something. Gradually, he started hiding his face from people. His sorrow had increased so much that he felt that he was a person on earth. He is burdened and has nothing to do under his control. He can't do anything, so what will he do while living? He should die. He sits alone and cries and blames God. One day he saw a guru in the city who was giving his sermon on suffering. The guru was saying that sorrow is like a guru who explains everything about your life and shows you the way to live properly. If you want, you can learn your life from the guru in the form of sorrow or sit immersed in sorrow. Even the strong can cry while sitting. He was listening to these things. When the sermon was over, he said to the guru that sorrow does not go away by teaching anything, but goes away by giving pain. The pain of sorrow is infinite. It seems that after this, nothing will be achieved, nothing. Even the impending death becomes less in front of him. The guru asked, "What is the sorrow for you?" Sabal told all his problems to the guru and said that you do not have any solution for my sorrow. Gurudev Guru smiled and said that when real sorrow come to me, I will definitely solve it. Saying this, the guru left from there. Sabal thought, is my sorrow not real? Is this the sorrow I am facing? This is not sorrow? No one understands the pain in my heart. If even his family members don't understand, then they will understand him like guru. Troubled by his sorrows, Sabal decided that he would do something. He started a small business. He was not getting success in his business, but his family members were very happy that he was doing something. So he is trying. Gradually he started getting success, and then he gained momentum. He became a big businessman within 2 people. Now there are many people around who like him, who care about him, who appreciate his work. His parents also did not get tired of making their son happy. The number of his friends was increasing day by day, and he was very happy. Then after that, some friends advised him that he should expand his business further when he grows up. If you are so happy to be a businessman, then imagine that if you become the biggest businessman of this city and this state, how much happiness you will have, how many people will join you, how much fame will spread around you, even the king himself will praise you and will borrow money from you when needed. This thing stuck in Sabal's mind and he started working harder, but he wanted all this very quickly. He did not want to waste much time, so he did some things which were not appropriate. He borrowed a huge amount of money and he did not stop here. In order to earn more profit, he spoiled the quality of the goods. He continued to do as his friends said. He also started plotting against other traders. Now the peace of his life had gone away. He could not sleep. He was always busy in weaving. Despite having all the things of happiness, he was not getting happiness in anything. One day, sitting in his chariot, Sabal was going through a road. On the way, he saw Guru's ashram and went to that Guru and said, "Gurudev, you had said that come to me only when the real sorrow comes. There is a lot of sorrow in my life. I am not even able to sleep at night." Sabal tells the whole thing to the Guru. Then the Guru said, "That even when you met me for the first time, you were in some sorrow. What did you learn from that sorrow?" Sabal said, "I learned that nothing happens just by thinking. To realize your thoughts, you have to work, and only by doing nothing happens. It is necessary to take the work to the final stage. No matter how many obstacles come in the way, no matter how much disappointment comes, even if it seems that nothing can be done now, still believe that whatever work I am doing, I will be successful in it. I will remain as I am. I should do my work. People give importance only to the successful man. The rest, no matter how good someone is, he is considered a burden for this world." Guru smiled and said, "When real sorrow comes in your life, then come to me, I will solve it. I will definitely ask the question again." Sabal was surprised that this sorrow is not the real sorrow. What else is the real sorrow? But he did not say anything. Sabal presented a pitcher to the Guru which was full of gold coins. Seeing the pitcher, the Guru said that dig a hole under that tree and bury this pot. It is of no use to me. Sabal did the same and went away from there. Gradually, Sabal started facing losses in business and his wealth gradually started decreasing. There came a time when there was a lot of thunder above him, but he was relaxed because the thunder was given by his friends only. He thought that his friends would support him in his bad times, but nothing like that happened. First of all, it was his friends who supported him. He started asking for a loan and even threatened to kill him if he did not give it. All his well-wishers started moving away from him. His father started confronting him about his mistakes. All his property was auctioned. He was left with nothing. He came out on the streets. He went and asked for help from his father. The father said that I have this little property. If I give it to you, then where will I keep your mother? Our only support is this property, son. There was a lot of sadness in his life and there was no one around him like that. There was someone who could handle him. Due to this betrayal, he was broken. He felt that there was no point in living. Death was the only help. He was going towards a river to die. Then on the way he remembered that Guru had said that when real sorrow comes in his life, then come to me and he will solve his sorrow. Sabal went to the Guru and he told the whole thing to the Guru and he said, "Gurudev, solve my sorrow." Guru said that when real sorrow comes in your life, then come to me, I will definitely solve it. What is real sorrow? What is this real sorrow? Gurudev, are you? What is happening in your life is not sorrow. Guru said, "First tell me what you have done in your life. What should we learn from this sadness?" Sabal said that the people who have followed you in your progress will betray you because they will not support you in your bad times but will take advantage of you. You should trust only those people who are there for you in your bad times. Gurudev has stood by you in times of failure and such people are rarely seen. One should always respect those whom one meets. One should never conspire against anyone. One should work with honesty and patience. One should not be greedy. Gurudev said. He dug a pit under the tree and took out a pit which was filled with gold coins and gave that pitcher to Sabal and told him to come to me only when he is in real sorrow. Sabal got some hope from that pitcher. He bowed to the Guru and thanked him, and that pitcher he took away that money and started business again, and now he was happy being a small businessman and was very happy to be an honest businessman again. His life was full of happiness, but no matter how good you are, how much good work you do, how much you donate, they do good deeds and help people, sadness comes to everyone in life. So, sadness again came in Sabal's life. His parents died. Both of them died on the same day. Sabal loved his parents very much. That's why he was deeply shocked and he took him to the crematorium there for his last rites. When Sabal saw him burning in the cheetah, his mind became restless. Thousands of questions arose in his mind. When he came back home, he saw his own mother. Saw his father's property for which he always fought. Today it was lying like a blanket. There was no one to take care of it. The property his father had collected remained here only a day before. He was ready to fight with anyone, but today everything was over, his mind was becoming very restless. It felt as if something had been taken, something like loneliness, something like fear, something which I could not understand. That's why he went to the Guru. As soon as the Guru saw Sabal, he asked if there was any sorrow. Sabal said that there is no sorrow in life, Gurudev. Everything is fine, everyone is happy, but today my parents died. And my heart is very sad. Guru said, what is there to be sad in this? One day everyone's loved ones have to die. No one is alive here and neither will anyone remain. You too will die one day, maybe tomorrow. Or say today or say you can die even now. Sabal said, Gurudev, what are you saying? I too will die. Hey, I am still young. Guru said, dear, do not live under the illusion that death comes only to the old. Young people also die, children also die, death has nothing to do with anyone else. Hearing these words from the Guru's mouth, Sabal went away silently from there, but his mind had become restless and he was feeling a bit empty during the day. At night he keeps thinking about himself. What is he doing? What is he? Why is he? How is he? What are we? What have we come here to do? Is it just to consume things and die? Is the real meaning of life? He has no answer. He was not getting it and his sorrow was increasing. After a few days, he came back to the Guru and told the whole thing to the Guru. The Guru smiled and the Guru said that today for the first time real sorrow has arisen in your life. In fact, this is it. What is worth suffering is that we do not know what we are doing, why we are, how we are, who we are and what we should do. Sabal said, Gurudev, solve my sorrow. Guru said, what do we all collect this throughout our life? Sabal said that Gurudev, everyone keeps collecting wealth, property, honor, love, family, friends, enemies, position, and prestige. Guru said, cannot we collect any of these and take it with us? Sabal said no, Gurudev, none of these. We don't take anything with us. Nothing. Went with my parents too, everything was left here. The Guru said, understand carefully. Whatever we collect in this world, we never collect it. We see all the things but we have to gather ourselves in this world so that when we die we can become one and recognize ourselves. We are divided in love, hatred, anger, and cruelty. In wealth, in property, in position, in prestige, in respect, in identity, in religion, in caste, in looting others and in plundering ourselves, and in the same way, we are divided by thousands and lakhs of desires. We are living life in pieces. Our consciousness is never united. This is not possible, our energy power has been scattered, hence we do not even have that much time, we do not even have that much strength to turn and look at ourselves. In reality, those who keep crying about their sorrows by calling them sorrows throughout their life and keep searching for their solutions, never find their solution. You will not get it because what they call sorrow is not sorrow at all. That is why no one here ever gets the solution to their sorrow. They just get free from one situation and get trapped in another situation, just as they used to cry due to problems earlier. In the second problem we cry, there is always only one solution and that is death, and that too is not the solution. Therefore God is the ultimate solution to all this. Then collect yourself, withdraw your energy from this world, collect it and give it to yourself. Focus on yourself, concentrate on yourself. Identify yourself before death, don't go away scattered like this. Then Sabal said, Gurudev, should we leave this world now? Should we kill our desires? Should we not accumulate wealth? Should we stay here? Here one should not love anyone. The Guru said that desires, wishes and lusts come out of you just like a stone falling from a mountain over which the mountain has no control except watching and being troubled when you gather. When you become then whatever you do remains under your control. Then even the desires come out of your will. Sabal said, Gurudev, you have removed my true sorrow, I am very grateful to you, now I will gather myself, Gurudev. There is a lot of energy in the human body, a lot of power, but it is engrossed in useless things, it remains engaged in useless things. Friends, often we question God as to why there is so much suffering in our lives. This question is in the mind of all of us. Arises, and the answer to this is that God wants to take us to that ultimate sorrow, to that greatest sorrow where we can know what is the real sorrow of the human soul, and that sorrow is to lose oneself. Not being able to recognize one's powers, not being able to gather oneself, not being able to control oneself, this is the sorrow in our life. But without seeing this sorrow, we see all kinds of sorrows, but we never pay attention to this sorrow. It does not go, we should search for ourselves. Thank you very much for listening to this story. There used to be a very rich Seth in the old Magadha state. He had a lot of wealth. One day he calculated and found that he had as much money as he had. Money is wealth, it will be enough only for his children. He started thinking that what will be the arrangement of money for his children's children and then for the coming generations. In the absence of money, their life will become very difficult. After thinking about it, he started getting worried. In those days, Tathagat Gautam Buddha was visiting Magadha state. Then someone told him that you should go to Gautam Buddha for shelter, he will definitely solve your worries. That person goes to Gautam Buddha and says, Buddha, I want to have so much wealth that my children and their children and then their children and then their children and the next many generations also use my wealth in the same way. If I keep doing use, then my wealth will never end. Gautam Buddha smiled and said that exactly the same thing will happen, but before that, please give 1 day's food to the family living in a hut outside the city. Hearing this, the Seth became very happy and immediately gave 1 day's food to the family. He reached the hut outside the city with a full bag. As soon as he went inside the hut, he saw that inside the hut there was an old woman and her young daughter-in-law. The old woman was sitting and meditating, and her daughter-in-law was cooking in the kitchen. Seth looked at his daughter-in-law and passed the bag of food items and said, I am a rich Seth of the city and I have brought 1 day's food ration for your family. Listen, keep it here. Daughter-in-law refused and said, but today, we have arrangements for food. Seth said, keep it for eating tomorrow. Hearing this, the woman said to Seth, sorry, but we do not keep it together for the next day, we make arrangements for daily food every day. Listen to her. Seth said, there are these people who do not even save for their tomorrow, and I am the one who is trying to collect money for tomorrow, and I am dying because of this worry. Now Seth had understood this. That's why Gautam Buddha had sent him to the cottage outside the city. The next day in the morning that Seth again went to Gautam Buddha and said, Tathagat, now I have understood what you wanted to explain to me, but can you tell me a little? We will explain in detail what is worry. How does it arise and what is its solution? Gautam Buddha said that worrying about tomorrow may or may not change our tomorrow, but it definitely takes away our happiness today. Worry is such a mental disorder. It is a disease which snatches away every kind of happiness from our life and makes it dull. Actually, anxiety has no real existence. Anxiety is a feeling, it is a thought which comes due to the fear of the future, due to things over which we have no control. Gautam Buddha further said that just think deeply about the things over which you have no control at all and which you cannot control even if you want to. Can change, even if you don't think about those things for the whole day, then what will get worse? Or listen, that person said, Mercury, what you mean to say is that we should stop thinking about anything or event. Buddha said, whatever problem has come in life or is about to come, thinking about it and finding its solution is the religion of our intellect, but thinking about the same problem continuously is a mental illness. When our mind gets fixated on some event or thought, if we remain stuck in our thoughts about the same thing or incident the whole day, we remain stuck in that thing, then such a thought takes away all the happiness, all peace, all joy from our life. The simple meaning of worrying. Pointing towards Seth, Buddha said, after all, what will you change by thinking? But yes, if you are doing something for it, then you can definitely bring about a change. But if you stop thinking about that thing or that incident again and again, then nothing will go wrong. So why do you keep thinking about the same thing? Why are you destroying all your happiness and peace of life with your own hands? Most of the future events that keep you worried by thinking about them never happen in your life. Worrying about them will not solve your future problems, but your choice of happiness today will definitely go away. You are aware of one thing. Feeling that even an hour full of worries makes the whole day tired. In fact, when an unpleasant event happens in real life, it does not hurt us as much as we have made ourselves sad by thinking about it in our mind. Seth asked Gautam Buddha, Tathagata, then what is the way to live life according to you? Buddha said, the name of sorrow of the past is regret, sadness, and the other name of this is struggle. If we have any good desire in our mind and if it is not fulfilled, if it happens, the mind starts making plans for the future, starts thinking that all the desires will be fulfilled in the future, but life is neither in the future nor in the past. Life is the name of this moment, that is, the experience of this moment is the experience of life, and we, despite knowing all this, we remain unaware of this truth. Either we remain lost in the memories of the past or keep making plans for the future, and our life passes with only one truth which we should internalize. Or not. We cannot change the past, nor can we see the future. We can only welcome the future with full patience and courage. If we can accept it, then can we live every moment of our life? Seth said, Buddha, you are right, but no matter how hard you try, there is worry, otherwise there is worry about the family. Buddha said, it is natural to worry, but convert that worry into thinking. It is our job. Let me remind you one thing which you already know. Even before you came, this was the world, this was the society, this was the family, and even when you leave this world, all these things will still remain when we come or go. Not much has changed in this world since then, and again the time before your arrival and after your departure is not in your hands. Only the time which you are living now is in your hands, the time through which I am talking to you right now. I am doing it, you are listening to me. This is all you have in your hands, and every time you have just a small moment in your hands and then it disappears forever. So what do you do with this moment? You will waste it by worrying. I would say that every human being should think about how he can make maximum use of this time, how he can do more great things, how he can distribute happiness among all. Keep in mind that worry is a human being. Seth said, I understand your point that we should not take life too seriously and try to live it in the present with full energy and joy. Seth said, Gautam Buddha asked further question, but Buddha, if a person is surrounded by worries, then how can he come out of it? Gautam Buddha said, have you come out of a big tunnel? What a terrible end there is. Inside the tunnel, there is always a fear that if what will happen if you get stuck inside it, how will you get out of that tunnel? But if you look carefully, no matter how big the tunnel is, there is always light on the other side of the tunnel, and only the one who crosses the entire tunnel can reach that light. By doing this we reach the other door of the tunnel, and in the same way many times in our life we find ourselves trapped in a black tunnel of despair and anxiety from where there is no way out, and it seems that this life is like this. Will end, but in such a situation, just like that tunnel, the light of hope that ends this despair and anxiety is found only by the one who keeps moving forward, who keeps trying continuously. If there is ever a feeling of sadness and worry in your life, when the moment comes, don't stop, just keep thirsting continuously, you will definitely get success. By now Seth had understood the words of Gautam Buddha. He thanked the idol and went away from there. But before that, friends, let me end this video. I will share 5 such things with you. I want to tell you conscious thoughts, by adopting which you can reduce many worries and problems in your life to a great extent. So the first thought is that you should stop taking life too seriously, that if it has happened then that is. What will that be?